Welcome back. Well, Ifwako Harrison is ready, so get your phones, tablets, and start interacting on the most authoritative interactive segment. Ifwa?
That's right, Aisha. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome
to Gen Interactive
tonight.
You know, today it's all about female genital mutilation.
Wow.
Yes, you're from the north, right?
Yes, and I detest it. I can't find the appropriate word to use.
Yeah.
I think it's something we should all...
It's a very despicable act. Thankfully, for those of us in southern Ghana, it is not an issue. Yes, but it is something that is happening in the north.
I think the people in the north themselves are now beginning to understand that, listen, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
A woman is a woman, and the woman, there is something that makes her a woman, so you need not take that away from her. I mean, what's the essence of a woman living without feelings?
Yes.
That's unfair.
But a lot of women have been cut. Let me just tell you how many. Over 260,000 women in Ghana under 49 years have had their genitals cut. This is according to a UNICEF report that is horrible. Today, February 6th, is International Day of Zero Tolerance Against Female Genital Mutilation. Did you hear about it? If you didn't, I guess Ghana is not doing enough to fight this menace and to create awareness about it. I will be talking to a victim and finding out what she thinks can be done to put an end to FGM. I'll be right back. My name is Ifwako Harrison, and you can join me via all our social media platforms. We're on facebook.com/Joy News on TV. You can find us on Twitter. It's Joy News on TV or JN Interactive GH. You can also send us an email. It's joynewsim@multitvworld.com, or send your messages through. We have a WhatsApp number at 054-010-9009, and we will be happy to share your thoughts with the rest of the world. So today is International Day of Zero Tolerance Against Female Genital Mutilation. Civil society groups such as Media Foundation for West Africa is calling for more awareness on the practice. But guess what civil society did? They sent press releases and did not hold any formal program. Like I said, I will be talking to a victim who is now an advocate just after we hear from people out on the streets.
Unfortunately, most often when they do this, there are people who are using implements that are not sterile. They use blades, sometimes sharpened knife. To these girls, they bleed, and sometimes they use, they use some herbal medication to stop the bleeding or to heal the wound. If it's not done well, infections can lead to septicemia. Septicemia is the infection of the septicemia is infection of the the blood system that goes through the whole system, and the woman is the young girl is very ill. So I think that once we are talking about this celebration of this marking this day for female genital mutilation, we should know that it behoves on all of us to report cases like that. I think we have put in place certain methods of reading in the country. The law is important, but I think we have not had so much education on the so people do not even know the law. We should also empower people that even when you know your neighbor is doing it, what can you do to report? I know DOVSU is addressing that. Ministry for Gender, Women and Social Protection is doing that. The Social Welfare Department, which is now under that ministry, is supposed to do that. I don't know how well they are funded to do that. And all of us, the media, for you to have a constant reminder of this, that when you find such a case, how are you going to report? How is it reported? And when they are reported, are the systems in place to follow up and arrest these people?
That was actually Dr. Ewa Apia telling us something brief about female genital mutilation. Now, joining us in the studio is Karima Ibrahim. She's a victim and an advocate. Karima, welcome to Joy News Interactive.
Thank you very much.
Can you please share briefly your experience with us? How old were you when you were first cut?
I was a week old when I was cut, but I never got to realize I was a victim. So I happened to find myself in the secondary school. That was when I was 15 years old. Then I got to realize they've taken something away from me.
And you were in secondary school when you learned this?
Yes, I was in secondary school when I discovered that I was a victim. Because when I was growing up, inside the house, everybody clitoris looked the same. So I never knew the differences till I go to secondary school.
So you go to school and you see other girls and it's like, it's different. What's going on there?
Yeah. So I asked her, why did God create us differently? Then she said that thing hanging there is called a clitoris. So I didn't want to understand her why she would be having a clitoris and I wouldn't have, and the other girls. So I decided to ask a master that I was closer to. So he told me the disadvantages of female genital mutilation. But he told me that God created everybody with a clitoris. But because of culture and something, they have to take away the clitoris. But there is no advantage about female genital mutilation. All tends to be disadvantages.
And how did you feel when you heard that?
I felt bad. I couldn't sit at school. I rather went back to my mom to ask her, why did you let them to cut me when you know I'll be passing through pains and all that when I grow? She said, you better shut up, because we've passed through, everybody has passed through, your sister has also passed through it. So why should you be the first person to be complaining? Just shut up and also live with it.
She was told to just shut up. Wow. And how did you take that? Obviously, you're not shutting up now.
No. I said, I wouldn't shut up. But my master said, at that point, I can't fight because I was too young. As I'm standing now, they've disowned me. And that time, I think if they would have disowned me, I can't just fight it as I'm fighting it today. Because now I'm somehow grown up.
You are disowned? By
them. Just because they think I'm fighting their culture. Culture that cannot just be described.
Wow. Karima, sorry, what is Ghana not doing to end female genital mutilation as soon as possible?
Female genital mutilation, when we say Ghanaians are not trying to fight to end female genital mutilation, it's true, it's from we the victims, because you with an issue know how pains it takes than somebody sitting outside there. So if you victims decide to sit home and relax, saying that I wouldn't come out to help or fight it, anybody outside there wouldn't know the pains you're going through, because right now everybody is thinking that FGM is a dead issue. But meanwhile, girls are being cut every day. Survivors are suffering every day. So why don't you just come out yourself to fight? And the leaders, if these victims are not coming out to fight, it's because of the way you handle them. I have gone out with 4 guys and have broke up because of this. So other person cannot just break up with a guy because of this. The person has to fake. So assuming you had welcomed us to just let us feel like, oh, we are like any other woman you can just go out with or you can just get married to, they will be proud to call themselves victims and come out to fight this.
So do you have are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not ready to go out with any guy for now.
Have you been in a relationship?
4 guys.
4 guys. Yes. Did you ever get sexual with any of them?
Yes.
And?
It was hell. Because when you're going to have sexual intercourse with any guy, every human being, body not be firewood, as you know, you feel to have sex, but immediately the person want to penetrate you and all that, that's where the pain starts.
Wow.
So it's like a heel scar that you're putting pressure on. That's how the pain feels.
Wow. Now, what is your foundation doing? Tell us about the Karima Foundation.
Karima Foundation is out to fight female genital mutilation till we get zero tolerance. That's what I intend doing my whole life. Because as a victim, it's not easy. I've seen other people suffering when they are to give birth, they die as a result. Others being infected with HIV and the rest. I can't just sit back and look. And also, I've realized that the victims feel shy. They are not proud of themselves and all that. They pass through so many
psychological problems.
I just want every victim to be proud of being a victim. When you start being proud, you're a victim, because we don't have any other solution after you're a victim to you die. So you better see yourself to be somebody that you can also contribute to stopping female genital mutilation and all that. That is what Kurima Foundation is all about.
What can the public and civil society do to help your foundation, to also help victims feel the need to come out so that they can fight against this practice?
They should just come on board. Don't wait for me to come to office before you can say, oh, you have to help me. I've been to some people's offices a couple of times. Even they will not let you see the person's face, not to talk of you discussing issues with them. So to me, I think you shouldn't just wait for me to come to your office, but rather, as you're watching me right now, girls will be cut and all that. Just call on to me. It's not all about the money you contribute or something. 2 heads are better than one. At least you can also share ideas how we can fight this old thing and all that. So bring your ideas and let me add my ideas so that we can just stop this whole thing. And even we can join the other African countries to stop female genital mutilation. At least it will be a plus for Ghana. Ghana has been able to get zero tolerance of female genital mutilation, and also going to other African countries to stop it. At least you'll be proud to call yourself a Ghanaian.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Thank you very much. I've been speaking with Kurima Ibrahim. She is a victim of female genital mutilation and now an advocate. Now, did you know health professionals are now doing the cutting? Let's catch up with this doctor with the Ghana Health Service on how professionals are actually engaging in the practice.
Female genital mutilation is a practice which is known in the northern part of Ghana, and it is an act which they, how should I say, they defile.
Personally, I don't have a problem with the boys, but the management. You see, it's a thing. I wept yesterday when the thing started, because I was thinking that now, at this era, where technology and civilization,
we apologize for the wrong video there. We will be trying to get you that interview. But let's quickly go on to the streets. We went there to sample views.
Female genital mutilation is a practice which is known in the northern part of Ghana, and it is an act which they, how should I say, they defile the female, removing her clitoris, and this can even lead to death. So in an aspect when maybe the female is having sex with her husband or something, she doesn't have the urge to have sex, or it's even hurt a lot. It's a bad practice and it should be abolished.
Female genital mutilation is the cutting down of the female clitoris, and it's really causing damage to the ladies in the northern region, and it's really a bad practice among them.
You know, some time ago it came up, and through education and other things, it was coming down, but I don't know how far is it now. Personally, some of us have been to the north to do research on such things, but we're hoping that by now that thing will come down. But if it's still going up, then it means the work some people and some of us did is in vain. But we only pray that government officials will take it seriously and work towards that thing, because it's not helping us as a nation, and they are causing harm to our girls. Yeah.
They have to stop, seriously, because every woman is our mother. I respect women a lot. I love my mommy so much. that whatever happens to any woman happens to. I take it as the same as my mom. I love her so much. So if I even see somebody beating a woman, I do get angry, fight the person. Because I love my mommy so much. I don't want anybody to hurt any woman. Because they are our mothers.
You know, it's rather unfortunate. It's a shame too. I mean, the African continent. You know, so the measure they've put in place, right, to, I mean, still some discipline into the country. You know, it's a good, I mean, procedure they've just put in place. So I'm sure that it's going to deter them from, I mean, that kind of misconduct and that unfortunate thing that happened. So I'm so, I mean, hopeful that it's going to deter them from that act here. So it's a good plan here.
I think it will deter them from behaving, because anybody who has broken the law should be punished. Yeah, so definitely I think it will deter them from behaving the same way in future. And I think the problem of the Equatorial Guinea is that
views from the streets on eradicating female genital mutilation in Ghana. We, as media personnel, will also try our best to put an end to the practice. Would Ghanaians forgive the Black Stars if they win the ongoing AFCON 2015? We're moving on to what's trending with Lord Kote.
So the issue about Equatorial Guinea being fined $100,000 and to take care of the medication of the injured fans is also trending on social media, Twitter to be precise. Let's take some of your tweets and reactions. The first one is from Azania Africa. She says, Equatorial Guinea supporter says, when CAF desperate, okay, I'm sure you mean desperate, to host, we are told if we host we'll reach the final. Now, when we revote, we are fined. Okay, they told you that, huh? Well, the next one is from Joe Kran. Morocco fined $10 million for looking after the well-being of their own people. Equatorial Guinea fined $100,000 after theirs routed at a stadium. The irony, I know, right? This is from Nkeba Radivi. Sorry to say this about fellow brothers up in Equatorial Guinea, but CAF should know better than to award cheats such a tournament. Well, I don't think they knew beforehand that they would cheat. Damola says, Equatorial Guinea trouble inevitable, says Human Rights Director. Next one is from Nambe Patrick. West Ham get fined £71,000 for a player not going on international duty. Equatorial Guinea gets £65,000 for causing a riot. Hey, Africa, SMH. $100,000 fine appears unduly lenient, but CAF's dilemma is that without Equatorial Guinea, there would be no AFCON 2015 to talk about in the first place. And that is from Farai Mungazi. Well, so you think that because they are agreed to host the cup, they should be given the go-ahead to do what they want? No, I don't think it's right. Well, this is from Amir Debra. Wyclef shares his disappointment on the behavior of Equatorial Guinea fans against Ghana. I must say, very appalling there. I don't even know what to say right now. I mean, they've just put Africa out there and painted us black. I mean, it was mentioned that it's got to do with leadership. If you can't control your people, I mean, they'll just go out there and misbehave. But hey, this is Africa, isn't it? This has been What's Trending. My name is Lord Harris Asare.
Thank you, Lord Edu Asare. Did you know Lord has changed his name?
Yeah, he told me the last time. That was when he was in the process of swearing the affidavit and all of that.
It's so confusing because I just called him Lord Kote because I am so used to that.
I'm sure at that time you were on leave, so you didn't know.
Yes.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Now it's Edu Asare. Yes. And he gave me the history behind the name. I'll tell you later.
No, he gave it to me too. He actually showed it to me as well. Like the
reason for the change in name.
Yes, he did. But what happened last night? Did you watch the match?
I think we shouldn't even talk about it because it reminds me of how I was boiling, how I feel I was on the pitch. Maybe I would have been hurt because it's so annoying. I mean, watching a game, and you know, all the time these Black Stars, they give us heartache.
Yeah.
And though this was, I think, the second time that they've made us proud.
Yes.
We were so happy that Ghana was scoring, go. That they held everyone on. But you see, they were making a fool out of themselves because afterwards they were giving just 3 minutes. What would 3 minutes do to you? If they had played, who knows, they could have equalized and probably scored Ghana, but because they were so foolish, excuse me to say, they ended up losing it all. I think it's not something, and earlier on speaking with some of the sports analysts, it looks like it's not only Equatorial Guinea, but we've recorded some of these things in some African countries, and I was even amazed that the May 9th incident started because there was a goal that wasn't accepted by the fans, and a referee accepted and it led to so many deaths that we recorded. So I think it's something that CAF does not need to handle single out Equatorial Guinea, but handle it, I mean, wholly. And probably the sanctions they're giving is too weak. They should give a bigger sanction that will really deter people. I mean, the man rightly said, the sports analyst said that Equatorial Guinea, an oil country, and you're slapping it with $100,000. It's nothing.
Things to think about.
I think they should set up, and some of these things, I think we've grown past these kind of things, so we shouldn't be seeing this. How would Africa look in the face of the world?
I think you should take up a career as a sports analyst.
I love sports.
Anyway, it's Friday, it's the weekend. Big game on the weekend, Sunday.
We call it Good Friday. Maybe you don't know.
Good Friday.
Every Friday is a Good Friday.
Well, Friday born, so hey, I can't complain about that one.
So we're looking forward to Sunday.
Looking forward to Sunday, definitely.
What are you expecting? Oh, I asked you.
Oh, 1 goal project, of course.
Are you sure? Every time it's 3 goal project, so don't underestimate the Black Stars. 3 goal project, but maybe Cote d'Ivoire will be a bit tough. We can't give them 3, but it could be.
We are bringing the cup home.
Definitely.
I'm optimistic.
No matter how.
But please don't give yourself high blood pressure, okay?
Eat your fufu and get your light
maybe don't
with your
watch.
Eat.
Have you seen that
before you watch
picture going around with the TV screen and someone has covered it?
Yes.
How to watch Black Stars.
It's quite funny.
Anyway, enjoy your weekend. My name is Efua Harrison.
My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a great evening.